you like beef short ribs, you know, it's one of those things that I didn't used to cook. I just recently started cooking them, and they're so delicious. They're traditionally a pretty cheap cut of meat, at least they used to be. I'm gonna turn them this way. And they're easy to do, and you can make them in Asian style. You can do them, I'm gonna do them today with red wine. So people cook them in beer, they cook them in juices. My dryer's done. Kids, get the dryer. Dee dee dee, like the chime on my dryer. Do I cook for takeout? Yeah, no I don't. Woo, it's starting to smoke. Let me turn on the fan. Okay, here we go. I got this fancy hood range. I don't know if it's not in the picture today. Anyway, okay, so braised beef short ribs are delicious. They're a traditionally very inexpensive cut of meat, and they look like this. They have the bone on the top, and then this connective tissue that will melt away, and this meat just becomes tender if you braise it low and slow. So I'm gonna cook them. I'm gonna brown them in a baking pan. Can you guys see it? Hey Scott. Anyway, so let me just get this going so I can show you. It's hard to talk and cook because I don't want to burn my house down, but then I get distracted when I'm talking. But anyway, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to prepare them to begin with, and then I'm going to come back later and show you how I'm going to finish them. They're going to be in a beautiful red wine sauce with bacon, lardons of bacon, which is just like rough cut, and then mushrooms. If you don't like those ingredients, you can swap some things out. But the short ribs alone are gonna they're gonna cook low and slow in the oven in this beautiful red wine sauce, and it's just gonna be with garlic. They're gonna be amazing. Okay, so it's starting to smoke here. Again, I'm just gonna kind of get them going. I just wanna salt them. I'm not gonna do anything else but just salt them to season them, okay? You get the idea. Just make sure the salt gets on all the surfaces, okay? And I'm gonna put them bone side up, and I'm just gonna sear this meat off. And you can see the layers, right? Can you see how beautiful they are? And I got these with Stater Brothers. You don't have to feel like you have to get expensive meat all the time. You know, I do a lot of work with Corner Butcher Shop, and I love their meat. But you know, not everybody can afford to eat that kind of meat, prime meat, all the time. And this is one of those cuts. It doesn't need to be fancy, you know what I mean? It's just these are meaty. You want them to have enough meat. Oh my God. Did you see that? And I caught it. That was amazing. I'm gonna put them down, okay? I can't talk and work. Okay, bone side up first, okay? Let me get my last packet in. Super, super easy. Again, if you're just tuning in, these are gorgeous, by the way. I was really impressed. That's why I got them, because I just thought they looked so beautiful. They're really meaty, they're really marbled. Hey, Vinny. Okay, so I'm just putting them in a baking sheet. I put a nice glove of olive oil in there. Turn this off because I know it's loud. Okay. I'm doing it right here on the top of the oven. I'm gonna roast them slow in the oven, but I just want to get them going. I'm going to take a garlic clove. Now, if you saw my Facebook post earlier, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I almost severed the tip of my finger. I'm not flipping you off, but there's my ratty Band-Aid. Then today, I dropped a glass container on my foot. Oh my gosh, so I'm going to be really careful cutting today because I don't want to kill myself. And I'm not like utilizing my whole hand because of my stupid wound. I just want to cut the tips of my garlic off to expose it, and then I'll put it right in the pan, okay? And that's just going to be gorgeous when it cooks. Just cutting the tips off. I'm going to do 2 cloves of garlic because I love garlic. Can you see it? You get most of your meat there? I don't. I get it, I tend to like Costco and Sam's Club just for my general meat, and then of course I get Corner Butcher if I want something special. By the way, if you missed my video with Corner Butcher where he's doing a special, I'm going to plug him because I'm not getting any money for it. I just think he's got a good product. I think it's $59.95 for 2 12-inch steaks, a bottle of wine. I mean, it's cheap. He can ship it to you if you want to do that, if you don't want to go out for Valentine's Day. Anyway, I'm just trying to get these brown. if I were gonna put them in the oven right now, they would just look gray. So I wanna get a nice sear on here. I need to turn them up just a little bit. I'm gonna add just a little bit more salt where I see I need it. And I don't know if you guys can see. Let me move the olive oil so you can see what I'm doing here. Can you guys see down there? Hey, John, you're on. 2 New York steaks. Right, John's telling me what it is. It's 2 New York steaks that were amazing. And I made a blue cheese compound butter. So go on my Foodie Princess YouTube and look that up if you didn't see that video, because they were amazing. Shrimp cocktail, I forgot. And they're not so shrimpy, they were large. Okay, so I'm browning these off. It's gonna take a minute, you know, it's not the magic of TV. I'm actually doing this live, but I'm just trying to get some beautiful color on these. And once I get color on them, I'm going to add red wine, and again, don't use anything expensive, it's not necessary. And then I'm gonna use some beef stock. And I'm not gonna tell you how much because it depends on the size of your pan. It's about how high you want them to be. 2 chocolate dipped strawberries, yes, John, I know. So I'm getting some color on these beauties. Very easy. And once I do this, I'm gonna cover it with foil and pop it in the oven, and it's gonna cook low and slow, and I'm gonna pull them out, and it's gonna be this magnificent meatloaf when I open the foil, and I'll come back and I'll show you how I'm gonna finish them off, which is really what makes them so impressive, you know, when you have somebody over. And I don't know what short ribs, I don't know what they go for. These at Stater Brothers were $6.50 a pound, you know, so it's not gonna make or break the bank. Okay, I'm starting to get some color. I'm gonna turn these over. See, I'm just looking for some color on there. You see that? All for the low price of $59.95. Okay, I'm gonna turn this. I've got this on my range, so part of it's not gonna get as cooked. I can probably turn the other side on. Maybe I'll do that. I'll turn my rear on so I'm getting heat on both sides. There we go. That's the smart thing to do. Anyway, you can make these Asian style if you want to. You could do like a soy sauce, a soy ginger miso glaze. You could do like a teriyaki with cilantro. Somebody had posted earlier. All kinds of ways to make short ribs. Korean short ribs are so delicious. There's so many ways you can Google it, the recipes. But I love this red wine and garlic sauce with lardons of bacon and mushrooms. And they're spectacular. They really, really are. And easy to do if you're entertaining and you have people coming over and you don't want to be like slaving over the oven when people are coming. It's one of those things that you're doing the work now. I can put them in the oven. I can go do my hair. Not that I ever do my hair, but you know, you can go get ready. You could relax with your guests, have a glass of wine, whatever you want to do. And when you pull them out, it's just a few minute prep and your food is done. I mean, like, bada boom, bada bing. Who doesn't love that? Nobody wants to be slaving over, you know, the kitchen stove when you have guests over, right? Got a piece of that. Anyway, so have you guys all made beef short ribs before? If you have, drop me your favorite recipe or how you do them. I don't know why I never made them up until a few years, maybe a year ago. I think I just wasn't sure how to do it. And it's just really so simple. They're getting beautiful color on them. And as they cook low and slow, all that connective tissue is going to melt away. And so you're gonna be left with this like soft, pillowy meat that just falls off the bone. And then this glaze that I'm going to show you how to make out of this sauce, this garlic that I'm cooking in this, and the red wine. I don't even think I've ever had a beef short rib. You haven't? Oh my gosh. Alexa, they are amazing. Like, seriously, short ribs are one of those dishes. Usually if you go to like a fine dining restaurant, they have like a short rib on their menu. It usually comes with a demi-glaze over like a really beautiful mashed potato. Mamma mia, so good. So if you're just tuning in, I'm just taking some ordinary beef short ribs. I got them at Stater Brothers. They were $6.49 a pound, you know, and I got 3 packs of them, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm putting them on the stove with a couple plugs of good olive oil in here, and I just want to get some color developed. I took 2 cloves of garlic that I just cut the tips off, so it's exposing the garlic, and I'm just gonna cook them whole in the pan, just like this. I'm gonna add some red wine and some beef stock, and I'm gonna cook it. So that's all you need right now. If you wanna do the sauce that I'll show you later, it's going to have an addition to some lardons of bacon, which are just chunks. Basically, it's just a fancy word for chunks of bacon that I'm gonna cook off. I'm gonna add mushrooms, and then I'm gonna make a sauce out of the meat drippings and the garlic and this meatloaf and the red wine sauce, and make a beautiful sauce to go on top of these that you can just drizzle over and serve them with like a mashed potato. Or if you're trying to be low carb, you could do a cauliflower mash, some lovely, asparagus or whatever you like. And it's an amazing meal that's so impressive, and it's really easy to make. It's not hard. I don't know if you guys can see in here, but the meat is can you see how squishy? It's already so tender. These are just beautiful. Okay, we're getting to the point where I've got some color developed here. They're really beautiful. Get the sides a little bit. These are thick. You want them to have some oomph to them. You don't want skinny, anorexic. Secrets. You want a little, you want a little chunk on the bunk. No anorexic cows here, okay? So you can have your butcher cut them for you, or you can just see if they look decent to you. And these look good to me. They were nice and chunky. I want them to look kind of like a square, if that makes sense. You want them to kind of be, as thick as they are wide, or at least almost as thick as they are wide, if that makes sense. Here's an example of one here. Can you see it? See? Meatloaf. Okay, now that this is developed some flavor, I'm going to preheat my oven, and I should have had it done beforehand. I'm going to do it 325. I'm just going to cover these, and they're going to bake low and slow, and in a couple hours, I'm going to show you how amazing they are. Okay, so to this, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. I still need to do some work on here. I'm going to pour in some red wine. Don't get anything expensive, just red wine. I don't want to kill myself here. And I'm just going to pour it in there. And it's just, and I'm literally like using the entire bottle. Okay? Now, if you have a smaller pan and you're not making as many, you don't need a whole bottle. It's up to you, okay? So this is why I'm trying to teach you. I don't give necessarily so many measurements. Try and just watch what I'm doing and adapt it to your family. If you have a family of 2, you're not going to make all these short ribs unless you want them for leftovers. So you wouldn't need a whole thing of wine because you wouldn't use a pan this big. Does that make sense? So that's for this size pan. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 12 short ribs in here. Okay? Hey, Jack. So anyway, I'm going to reduce this wine down by half. And I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do that because that's snoozer. Once it's reduced by half, I'm going to add some more beef stock. You can use beef stock that you have fresh, or just buy a box of beef stock. I like beef stock versus broth. Stock means that it has the bone was cooked in it, and it has a richer flavor. Okay, we're looking for rich, beautiful, developed flavors here. So once this wine, whatever wine amount you put in your pan, you want it to reduce by half. That cooks out the alcohol, so you don't have to worry about your kids being like, Mom, what's in the short ribs? The wine, the alcohol is completely cooked out. No worry, you're just imparting flavor. Once it's reduced by half, I'm going to go ahead and add in, so that it's about halfway full to halfway up the side of the rib, I'm going to add beef stock to make up the difference. Does that make sense? And then I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to put it in the oven, 325, low and slow, for like 2 to 3 hours. Seriously. They're going to just cook low and slow in this beautiful braising liquid. And that's what I mean by braised short ribs. Braising meat is cooking it in liquid. So whatever liquid of choice, I'm using red wine and beef stock today, but you could use, stout beer. You could do all kinds of things with that. You could make these, this is like a very traditional style short rib, but you could do an Asian style, and you could do like sake. I don't know. You could play with it, whatever you want to do. But we're braising the meat low and slow in liquid, but you want to brown it first and develop the colors. Once this is reduced in half, I'm going to turn the heat down or off, Gonna add beef stock to do it halfway through. Cover it with some good foil, heavy duty, you know. Pop it in the oven, set it for 2 to 3 hours. When I pull it out, they're gonna be falling apart. They're gonna be just scrumptious. And then I'm gonna come back later and I'm gonna show you how to make a fantastic, I mean, you could make these for Valentine's Day and these would be amazing too, okay? So, food for thought. Go to my Foodie Princess YouTube if you want some other ideas for your Thanksgiving, for your Valentine special dinner. I have all kinds of steak recipes on there. I've got prime rib recipes on there. I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got veal piccata or chicken piccata. Beautiful things, super easy. My recipes are all easy. I'm not into like 5,000 hours in the kitchen. I want to kind of just streamline it, make it simple, use what you have on hand, and just call it a day, okay? So this looks great. It's starting to reduce. It's almost there. And then I'm going to add my beef stock, and I'll come back later, and if you want to see the finished product, come back, and I'll show it to you. If you miss it, just go to my Foodie Princess YouTube tomorrow, and it'll be on there. I'll put both of these on there. When I do a Facebook Live, I plant them on the Foodie Princess YouTube. So when you see a video and you think, oh gosh, I want to make that sometime, all you have to do is go there and you can find it very easily. Just hit all videos, because sometimes only a few show, and there's a ton on there. So hit all videos, and then all my videos are on there, and you can scroll through them and pick something, and it's right there. It's easy peasy, okay? So beef short ribs, super easy, super delicious. Go out to Stater Brothers right now and you still have time to make them. You could do them in your pressure cooker if you're in a rush. You could do those quicker in a pressure cooker. And it would be the same thing. You'd want to brown them. I know the pressure cookers have a browning thing on them, but if you want to do them in there, that's fine. There's not that much space, so, you know. Anyway, you do the same recipe, okay? You'd pressure cook them. They'd be done quicker. If you're looking to be, if your dinner you want to expedite things, you could do that too, okay? If you have any questions, drop it below and I'll try and get back to you, but I will see you later. Or if you don't have time today, just go to my Foodie Princess YouTube and the video will be there later. Okay? All right, you guys, smells good in here. I will see you later.